Hello, lovely people. Welcome to another episode of Many Mistakes Ago podcast. So, today's podcast episode is going to be unscripted completely. I have no notes, I just want to talk. And I want to introduce y'all to somebody. Remi, baby. She doesn't seem like she wants to talk. Remi. Look at the camera, baby. Hi. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh. Hi. Okay, so this is Remi. She is 8 months old and a golden doodle. Long story short, she is exploring and getting to know everything because it's a Sunday when I'm recording this, and she just came to live with us on Thursday. My girlfriend traveled all the way home to West Virginia, literally there and back 2,600 miles to get her. So give a round of applause to Larissa, my girlfriend, for bringing home the cutest puppy. She needs a little work on her behavior, but she is well potty trained, and my girlfriend's gonna help me out with training her and everything because I've never had my own dog, and um, I don't know. I guess Larissa just wanted a second dog and she wanted one that was hypoallergenic for me. She knows how much I love and adore Sadie, and Sadie is 9 years old. So I think in her mind, she was like, well, like Sadie is going to be a really tough loss for the both of us at this point. Um, and so Remi is considered mine even though she bought her. She technically bought her for me. So I did register her as an emotional support animal. For those who don't know, I was diagnosed with PTSD after thinking that I didn't really know or understand my diagnosis because at first, when I was first diagnosed with anything, it was recurrent major depressive disorder because the symptoms that I was having was related to that because I was having a lot of suicide attempts and suicidal ideation, and just like the thoughts were just over consuming that it was more depression based. Come to me growing up and kind of getting out of the depression phase and having more irritability and anger and frustration and anxiousness, they've realized that the depression symptoms showed the most at that time because I was a teenager. That's just how it kind of played out for me. So I don't know if I want to say I never had major depressive disorder or if depression was just the strongest symptom of my PTSD back then, but essentially, um, I've had doctors tell me that diagnosis can change, or sometimes it is that diagnosis, like maybe it is possible that I had PTSD, but only the depression part really showed because that's how it manifested. That's what I was going through at the time. But anyway, I did register Remi as an emotional support animal for me because I felt that it was necessary that if I was going to get a dog, that it would be an emotional support animal. Um, because I didn't want a dog otherwise. Like I genuinely like, how do I put this? I don't want to sound mean about it, but it's just like I felt like I could live with just Sadie and that would be fine for me. Um but honestly, after like getting to know Sadie and getting to like spend time with her, I got so attached to Sadie that I didn't realize how much I was becoming dependent or attached to a dog, that I was like, well, why don't I have an emotional support animal? And of course, Sadie's not mine, so I'm not going to register Sadie. So when I got Remi, or when Larissa got Remi for me, um, I said, well, like, I've realized with Sadie that, like, taking her on walks got me more motivated. Like, Sadie's helped me in so many ways that I didn't realize, that I now have Remi to also help me. Like, these dogs help me get out of bed in the morning. They help me go on walks and be like exercising and going outside, because I don't go outside. Um, and honestly, I don't know. I just feel like I didn't realize having an emotional support animal was even a thing until my girlfriend talked to me about it. She's like, you could get an emotional support animal. And just like after looking into it, I realized like people with PTSD do have emotional support animals to help them like get out of bed, help them with anxiousness. Like I know she's a puppy, and right now she needs behavior trained, but it helps me focus on what's important in life, and she calms me down when she's not a little crazy crackhead. Um but she helps me calm down when I'm like having like anxious tendencies. Like I don't know if y'all can tell, but I bite my lips to the core, to where they start bleeding. um I have like so much anxiousness at times, and going outside, like I don't really want to like go outside without somebody. So like I would wait for Larissa to go on walks. Well, now I have Remi. I can take Remi to go on walks, and I'm not alone. And I guess I just never really thought of myself as someone who needed an emotional support animal, or who could even benefit from having an emotional support animal, but I am. And it's wild to me, because I've been living so long trying to get by without an animal, and seeing other people, my friends, my family members, get animals, and I see their lives change for the better. And I'm like, sitting here, like when I was living alone, like everyone kept telling me to get an animal, and I was so stubborn and insistent on not getting one, because of all of the costs and all of the money, and just thinking about like taking care of an animal overwhelmed me. But I think Larissa's support has made it a lot easier, because I can learn from someone who's had a dog for 9 years how to train properly, when to feed, how much to feed, what to feed, um, and just how to take care of her. Look at her. You are so cute, baby. I hope you guys are watching the video episode to this. Because this video episode is like, you get to see her. So if you are on Apple Podcasts right now, I do apologize. Please go to my YouTube. I promise you, it makes all of the difference. It's Mari Jade 444. If you are Apple Podcasting, you need to see this episode instead of just listening. I know podcasts are meant for listening, but the video podcasts have become so, like, I love them because I get to show you guys my life. um, but anyways, other than her trying to lick the microphone, other than getting Remi this week, the past 2 weeks, have been a lot. It's been busy. I've been trying to keep up with content creation, with my podcast, with vlogging, and I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. Um, but this house is still just a mess, because I'm still in the process of moving my stuff slowly but surely. Because I do still want to do my best to go visit my apartment. And hold on, Sadie wants to. Okay, I thought Sadie wanted to come inside, but she just decided against it for whatever reason. Um, but basically, I still want to enjoy my apartment, but for the next 2 or so weeks I can only visit because they're pest control spraying for the roach issue that I have. Um, if y'all don't know, there's kind of a roach infestation issue with where I live. I'm seeing a lot of baby roaches. If you know, you know. And they're not like, I've seen one palmetto, one. The rest have been like straight up like infestation roaches. Um, so because of Remi and because of just my girlfriend wanting to be overprotective, and I love her for this, I am living here until they spray twice. And we clean the apartment, get rid of the remnants, the left behind of the sprays, because she doesn't trust that. I guess she's just very, very worried of me like getting cancer or developing some sort of issue or disease from the pest control, which I completely love her for looking out for me, because I just think it's very, very, very important. But anyway, so I guess I've advocated enough for having an emotional support animal and have updated you guys on my life. Now I want to give you guys as many updates as possible because I feel like I haven't really done an update in a while, and this is the perfect episode because I'm really just talking about my life, and then I want to get into a little bit about social media, because that was the topic of today's episode. But I can ebb and flow with the vibes. So I think it's so cute that she's resting on my shoulder. Wait, I want you to see her face. Oh, she's so cute. She sees Sadie outside. You want to go outside with Sadie? She jumped to go outside. Come here, baby. Go outside. Go see Sissy. I'll let them hang out for a little bit just because I want them to spend some time together. But Remi is copying Sadie. My girlfriend Larissa pointed it out yesterday how Remi is watching Sadie and like mimicking her, because I keep making sure that I give Sadie enough attention because I don't want Sadie to ever think that I'm replacing her with Remi. That's not what this is. This is getting a second dog. And this is also getting a dog for me because Remi is mine and Sadie is Larissa's. And I feel like I want it to be that way. Obviously, they're both our dogs, but obviously Sadie was never mine in the first place. She just took to me after a while and I became part of Sadie's pack. But like, it's always been Larissa's dog. You know, I haven't spent 9 years of my life with Sadie. I've only spent a couple months. So with Remi is going to be mine for the rest of my life. And I guess that's kind of where we're at with that. But anyway, Remi, so I'm trying to give attention to Sadie, and Remi is noticing, like, I'm calling Sadie a good girl, I'm praising her, I'm giving her treats, I'm loving on her. So Remi's like, okay, well, what do I have to do to get that? Because obviously she's 8 months old, but we didn't get her from like a pound or adoption or anything. We got her from someone that Larissa knew. So this was like a private kind of sale, if you will. So with that being said, I'm not going to bash on the previous owner. I think they took really well care of her. However, I don't know how much attention Remi did get, just because the reasons behind why Remi was for sale in the first place. I just wanted to make sure that Remi was getting attention, but I also couldn't take away from Sadie's attention, if that makes sense. So like, I have to balance how much attention I give both of them. And because Remi's coming into our lives, I think she's like, okay, well, I want the attention that Mama is giving Sadie. So how do I get that? And she's like mimicking the behaviors. And I just think it's really, really, really cute, because Sadie is just the best girl ever. She is the goodest dog. And I realize like how I'm smiling and I'm happy and I'm like more animated talking about them, because like fuck, I used to be afraid of dogs. Did y'all know that? I used to be absolutely terrified. Like my dad got a dog. I think it was a golden retriever or Labrador retriever or something like that. And it was a puppy, and her name was Arlie, and Arlie had a thing for jumping on people, and I was already scared of dogs. I'm not sure where it stems from, but the point is that I literally was terrified, and my dad brought a dog into my life. And after that, I thought I was never going to have my own dog, because I was like, no, I'm scared of them. They jump, they're all up in your space. And like, I don't like that. I don't. But like, I have taken so much to Remi that like, she is just so cute and adorable. She'll sit on my lap, she'll cuddle with me. And there are times where I can recognize that like I do get a little bit scared, because she's like in your face and I'm like, okay, okay, okay. But I also know that like that comes with age and practice and behavioral training. So, um I don't know. I think it's so adorable. But let us transition to the next topic here. Sorry, I was staring at her, making sure she's okay. It is such a nice, beautiful day outside, and we're in Texas, and it's April 21st, right, when I'm recording this, and it is sunny out, but it is cold. It's not like freezing, but like it's cold for like the time of year. So having them spend time outside is like, I know they're living it up and enjoying soaking up the sun, but also not being in a super hot environment, because it's nice out. Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight,
Alexa, stop. 71 degrees. So they are living it up, and I want them to enjoy it, because I know that the weather is going to start going up soon. Okay, enough talk about dogs. It's literally been 17 minutes, almost 18. So I guess this is going to be a half episode, so half ESA, half social media. But I want to get into social media because I want to talk about this. So I was originally I was going to do a social media break where I completely just shut off social media, gave myself a break, did a little cleanse, but I didn't want to stop my snap streaks. I do enjoy going on Snapchat and posting my Wordle, and I like enjoy posting and interacting with people. However, I felt that I was consuming too much content. So instead of doing a whole social media break, I decided that if I wanted to be on social media, that I needed to be active and participate more in posting. Because if I want to share content, if I want to be a content creator, like I have to share content, duh. But I wanted to limit the amount that I was consuming, because I wasn't working. I wasn't focused on my job. I wasn't producing content for content creation. I wasn't doing the amount of schoolwork. Instead, I was sitting here scrolling on my phone. So, I think a social media break can be good and beneficial for those who actually want to take a social media break. However, I think social media is ingrained so much of my life because I'm actively posting. and I'm more of a poster than I am a consumer at this point. But I can tell you right now, not consuming as much content as I used to has been really good and really healthy for me. It's so simple, yet so hard for us to just like stop scrolling, go outside, go for a walk, um, spend time with our animals if we have them, or spend time with our friends, go out, do anything but just sit there and doom scroll and go between all of your social media apps. Like, I have never felt better. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I have filled my life with things to do other than be preoccupied on social media. At this point, I have made social media, I have, it's gone from social media being an activity and a time consumer to a tool. And if you are looking to content create, if you are looking to go that route, that's what you need to think of social media as. You need to think of it as a tool for you to be able to post on social media and have that as a platform. And if you just want to, view social media and enjoy it and you don't want to create, that's absolutely fine. But remember that there is a life out here to live. Essentially, we are doom scrolling to save ourselves from boredom, but we're not actually doing anything worthwhile. And then we feel like we're wasting our lives away. I think we could all benefit from some sort of social media break or social media boundary. Um, like I said, I feel like my productivity has skyrocketed since I've kind of set those boundaries and made sure that I'm not testing those limits and I'm not kind of falling back on my word. What's the words that I'm looking for? Um that I have the self-control to not go on social media. That's what I was looking for. So having that self-control really is important, especially in this generation. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm Gen Z. My girlfriend's a millennial. She does go on social media and scroll, but that's like her downtime. Like, she also does watch TV, do other things. She goes out and she has fun. She hangs out with friends, plays video games, all that jazz. But she's not spending 99% of her downtime on social media, and I'm not either anymore, and it feels great. Sorry about that, guys. Little Remi butt here decided she wanted to come back inside, and in doing so scratched the sliding door, and it sounded like nails on a chalkboard. So I said I'm just going to stop recording and do a new little segment within this podcast. But I had an idea. So here is a list of things that you can do other than endlessly scroll on social media. You can still consume content. You can watch a YouTube video or a podcast, or watch whatever streaming service that you have, whether it be Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Peacock, whatever. There's so many out there. And you can consume content that either inspires you, motivates you, makes you feel productive, um, gives you entertainment, or gives you advice, also an audiobook. You can still consume good content, and it doesn't always have to be like just that endless scroll of just like putting you in this deep depression because everyone's life seems better than yours, or you're just consuming content that isn't good for your mind or good for your soul. If you don't feel like consuming content electronically, that is completely okay. You can old fashioned read a book. You can read a magazine. You can journal. You can play video games. I know that that's kind of online, kind of not. If you want to stay away from technology and you just want to do stuff, um, Oh, listening to music. Now that we're moving on, sorry, little ADHD brain, I guess. If you need to stay inside, whether it be because of the weather or because you don't have like a car or money to like go out and do stuff, you can stay home. You can decide to clean your apartment, like a full spring clean, which is eventually what I'm gonna do, and just go room by room, take it little by little. You can take a shower or a bath and just relax. You can do a skincare routine. You can do a full makeup routine. And hey, if you want to record it and post it, go for it. You can content create instead of consuming content. That's what I do. You can, my favorite thing to do when it comes to reading is reading poetry books specifically. So you can pick up some poetry books. You can make yourself a drink, whether it be alcoholic, a coffee, a tea, a fun little smoothie, and just go outside and just watch the weather. Um, or you can just sit inside, like I said, if you can't go outside for whatever reason. I have a little balcony porch area, um so I can do that. But if you don't have the means, that's absolutely okay. There's many things to do. You can also go out, right? You can socialize with friends, you can go get drinks, you can go get food, you can go thrift shopping or just shopping in general. You can go visit a museum, you can go to a farmer's market, you can go to a bookstore. There are so many things that you can do. And if you go listen to like my self date list, you can also do those things. It's like 50 self dates or something. That podcast has so much information. You can go get a massage. You can go get yourself a spa day. You can go out and go for a walk. You can go swimming. You can go kayaking. You can go to one of those like bounce places, those trampoline parks, adventure parks. You can go to the grocery store, pick up the things that you need, run some errands. Um, there's just like an endless amount of things that you can do in your area. And I think we fail to realize that sometimes. Other ideas, you can go to like a paint and sip. You can take a class, maybe it be cooking or pottery or making a flower bouquet or candle making, whatever classes they have out there. There's so many. You could even take classes online on YouTube and just learn. You can sign up for a class anywhere these days, especially with COVID being a thing. Like I feel like a lot of things have turned to online platforms, so there's many online platforms where you can learn stuff. I like Khan Academy. I've used Khan Academy a lot just to consume like knowledge of different subjects. You can draw, you can be creative however you see fit, right? You can um hone your craft, if you will. For me, that's content creation. For you, it might be painting or drawing or pottery, whatever. I just feel like there's like a never ending list, and there's so much that you can do other than just doom scrolling. And I promise you, like, the more effort you put into yourself and doing the things you love, the happier you will see yourself be. Don't endlessly scroll on social media, go out for drinks, and do nothing for yourself. Don't sit with these bad habits that don't make you happy and that don't bring you anywhere. Do things that make you happy. Do things that enrich your mind or your soul. And I promise you, like, I have never felt better doing these things that make me happy and allow myself for self care, and not like going out and drinking and calling that self care. No, I'm talking about taking a bath, taking time for myself, going on a walk, getting exercise. There's so many things. And I have to like lay it down and kind of like lay down the law with y'all, because I feel like I thought self care was like just doing whatever I wanted, and it's not. It's doing things for myself that make myself better, right? Doing skincare, doing my makeup, taking a bath with or without wine, with or without food, with or without chocolate, like doing things for myself because I love it, because I want to, because it's good for me. Not doing things like taking an extra nap and sitting all day on my butt and doing nothing. Like, of course you can do that, but there's also just so many things that you can do. Like, life is about the journey, and I don't want to remember the journey as sitting on my butt watching TV all the time. I want the journey to be like, I raised a dog, I went on walks, I explored as much as I could in Texas before I moved. I ate all the good foods, I painted, I tried spin art, I tried one of those Five Below arts and crafts, and it was the best thing, and I got into candle making. Like, literally, the possibilities are endless. And by the way, Five Below, do not sleep on that place, because I got like paint, like canvases, and I got candle making and jewelry making for like $5, right? And I got those little arts and crafts things, and it's a cute little self date idea, or date at home with your significant other. Like, possibilities are endless, and I just want y'all to know that, because I feel like for a long time I was in a really rough slump, and like a long good couple months, and I feel like I'm finally coming out of that and feeling motivated and feeling productive, and I want to do better. And it just starts with your attitude and the things that you're doing. So I love you guys so much. I'm gonna go do something that makes me happy. I'm probably gonna hang out with my pups, make myself a turkey sandwich, and sit outside because it is gorgeous out. It's 71 degrees and sunny. So I'm gonna go do something that makes me happy instead of doomlessly scrolling on social media. And I love you guys so much. We will talk next time on Many Mistakes Ago.